Hey, this is Greg Johnson from Blue Book Services here today with Pamela Riemann-Schneider, our retail editor. And Pamela is just wrapping up the annual BrandStorm event, United Fresh's marketing event for marketing professionals. And Pamela, not only did you go straight from Fruit Logistica to BrandStorm, you were also a panelist today, weren't you?
Yes, they actually tapped me to talk about trends that I saw from not only from Fruit Logistica, but also from my extensive store checking in France and Germany and the UK. To talk, people were really interested, wanting to know that perception that consumers have, or at least we have in the industry, that Europe is so much farther ahead than we are in the anti-plastic movement, the sustainable packaging movement, and then also the retail trends. And I hope I have like delivered a bit of a reality check, because I saw a whole lot of packaged produce in Europe. I mean, it's not all food in the nude, as is the tagline for some of those retailers that are piloting programs. Especially in the UK, the majority of what I saw was actually packaged. So that was fun to talk about, and then to talk about the experiences that I'm still continuing to share. And I know a lot of them, I didn't have any opportunity for AV to share all the photos, so we're continuing to do that for Produce with Pamela, and those are coming soon. I promise everybody. I've got about 1,000 pictures to share from various grocery stores across the northern part of the continent.
Yeah, your fans will definitely find them on Blue Book throughout the next couple weeks.
For
As far
sure.
as the panels that you weren't on, I noticed one of them was about how produce companies can be more effective at expos.
Yes, yes. Actually, Brandstorm decided to add, prior to the show, what they call the Storm Surge exhibitor training and so they brought together a couple of panels. They brought together an exhibition expert to talk about how to calculate the actual ROI on per person per square foot, and to measure your success with exhibitions. And then along with that, they brought in some exhibitors from small, medium, and large companies, and then a couple from the buy side to talk about what draws them to a booth, or what turns them away from a booth. And no surprise, it's some things that I don't I anyone who's seen me at a trade show floor knows that I walk until the very end, and I'm usually the last person wandering around. And to find people just slumped over in their booth, hunched over their phone, that's the biggest turnoff for buyers. And a lot of the times, even if they had a business question or really wanted to know something, they'll just walk right on by.
Yeah, the end of the show has always been a good time for people like you and me, because we can actually sit with them in their booth and they can feel a little more relaxed.
Yeah, but it turns out, and a lot of the buyers that I talk to, even turns out that that's actually prime time for people to catch that, because like you do when you walk into a trade show, or at least this is how I do it. I survey the floor initially. A lot of buyers do that as well. Then you have your meetings, the people that you really need to see. And then when you have some time left, that's the last little time that you're trying to catch those people that maybe you don't have a business relationship with yet, and they're on your list of something that you saw that caught your eye in your initial overview. So that's a really great opportunity. I often see so-called red badges trolling the floor at the very end of the show, trying to squeeze a little bit of last few minutes out of that. So that's an important thing to think of, is everybody likes to break down and get out of there. But that's a lot of the time that people that you may not have a business relationship with will seek you out and look for you on the show floor.
Yeah, that's kind of a money ball move too, to get one of the market inefficiencies. That's when the exhibitors aren't that busy, because some of your competitors have already checked out for the day.
Yeah, for sure.
What was your favorite part of BrandStorm this year as far as the presentations went?
Well, we had a kind of a repeat session, and it was from United Fresh this past summer. It was a panel of people from the food media, and included Food and Wine magazine, a writer who writes for various publications, including NPR's The Salt and the Washington Post, and then talent from the Food Network, Chef Carla. A lot of us know her from the industry, and then also a Food Network executive talking about how to work with the food media and the prevalence and the presence of produce and where produce fits into food and culture and the media. And I saw that panel this summer. I wrote a great story from it. I really appreciated it. This panel was ever so slightly different and really tailored to the food marketer in the audience. And I feel like people learned a lot, and also learned a lot of tips to reach out to food media and try to work with them better, and to they're leading the charge in a lot of the food culture that we see, the discussions we see in food culture. And they're actually more accessible than you think, as long as you know who you're talking to and they know where you're coming from. And of course, samples are always the king of getting onto any kind of person's content calendar. Usually is if you can send them a sample of something really excellent that maybe they don't know about already. Trying it is one of the best ways to get someone to become an advocate.
Yeah, it never hurts to bribe with produce.
I mean, yeah. I get plenty of samples and I love things too. So, I mean, it's totally relatable for me. So
It works for us. That's absolutely true. All right, well, Pamela, why don't you hop on your plane and take that long flight home from Austin to North Austin and get off the road for a little bit.
All right. I will see you next for the week in review. And how are we signing off of this?
I don't know.
I don't know. All
All
right.
right.
All right.
See you
See you,
next
Greg.
time.